Hello, everybody, and welcome to an Arena Cube draft here on the channel. My name is Nikolai, and on this channel, I help you improve at Limited so you can increase your win rate and have more fun playing Magic the Gathering. In this video, I play Arena Cube Draft, which is a collection of the most powerful cards available on MTG Arena that you draft. It's a ton of fun, and I'm super excited to show it to you, so let's dive in. Here we go! Diving into pack one. We've got a lot of cards to talk about in this cube draft. I mean, there's a Lurrus of the Dream Den. That could be a really fun card to build around in a format like Vintage Cube. Not Vintage Cube, Arena Cube. That could be a really powerful one. I like the Mecha Godzilla, also known as Crystalline Giant. There's Gonti, which always feels devastating when it gets played against me. Mayhem Devil's good, but it is a gold card, so it's harder to play it. Vraska's Command is a bit expensive. I'm tempted by Lurrus. It's definitely powerful to have access to a companion, and taking one pack, one pick one could give me some nice flexibility. There's also just Gonti, which is a very, very powerful card. And then there's Crystalline Giant, which is very flexible. Fits into like any deck. Those are the main three I'm looking at, because this is the most flexibility. This card is maybe the most powerful, and this one, I mean, this one's more powerful. I can enable it, but maybe harder to enable, but we could definitely go that direction. Still early. I'm glad they add, I like this card. This is a fun one, but I'm not going to take it this early. Primal Command is also pretty sweet, but it's expensive, and you can generally get expensive cards later. Okay, so starting off with a Lurrus of the Dream Den. What works well with Lurrus? Well, I'll tell you what, Archfiend's Vessel is sweet with Lurrus. Hopefully it wheels, I must say. If it doesn't wheel, then I'm probably not meant to be building this sort of deck. There is Brainstorm, which is a nice card if you can get some shuffling going. So Fabled Passage is a card that works really well with Brainstorm, as does any tutor effects. So maybe I could go for a Thraben Inspector pickup. It goes well with the Lurrus here. And then wheel Archfiend's Vessel, because that's a really good combo with Lurrus. But I do like Thraben Inspector. I don't want to commit too heavily to the Lurrus right off the bat. So if there's something like objectively way more powerful, then I would definitely see myself taking that. But I think for now we can stick to this Lurrus plan. It's only permanent, so we can play non-lands. I mean, yeah, no, we can. It's only permanent. We can play like non-creatures and non-planeswalkers that are expensive, so like Inscription of Ruin would totally be fine. But that card's not super great. But I think taking a Thraben Inspector makes sense here. And then trying to wheel the Archfiend's Vessel. Okay. Huh. So Mizzix's Mastery is completely broken in regular Strixhaven Limited. I don't know about in Cube, though, because 8 mana is a big ask in Cube. What else is good in this pack? I do like Dryad Greenseeker. That card is quite nice, but maybe that's just because it was so good in M19. There's also I like Mastery in terms of power level. Greenseeker. The Cleric's not that powerful, even though having a good mana base is nice. This card's just pretty low impact even when you do play it. If you're moving an aggressive deck, I guess it's fine as defensive. Not really a Prism deck here. Scrap Heap Scrounger, the grindy aggro card. And then Birth of Meletus does work with Lurrus. I'm going to take the Mizzix's Mastery. I think it could lead to a nice direction. I don't know. I was so impressed by this in Strixhaven that it's biasing me now. I can definitely tell. But it looks like maybe we are transitioning away from the Lurrus plan. There's not a single card that fits into a Lurrus shell here, because all of these are either... I guess this card technically fits into Lurrus, but it's not the same colors as Lurrus. I do like Dragon Master Outcast. That card's good. I guess that could technically fit. I could play red-white Lurrus. Lurrus, Mizzix Mastery, the combo. Maul is a great card, but doesn't go with Lurrus. Great Shark is expensive, but it is nice in a lot of decks. Kolaghan's Command, there's Drakuseth, which is very powerful. Kind of just want to take Dragon Master Outcast. Not been impressed by Timuret Calls the Dead in the past, or Nightmare Shepherd. Obliterator's hard to cast. being quad black. Predator's pretty solid. I like the Outcast, though. Very cheap threat that can win you the game on its own, so good recipe. Huh. Well. Well. So it's not looking like white is particularly open. I guess Elite Spellbinder's a good card. Time Warp has me interested. I think it's better than Alrund's Epiphany. I do like Time Warp with the Mizzix Mastery. There's, of course, the historic deck that uses those cards, and using Mizzix's Mastery Overload and getting an extra turn out off of it is really nice. Also works well with things like Dragon Master Outcast. I like that combination enough. I think Dragon Master Outcast and Time Warp is also a good combo. So I have 2 good combos with Time Warp. It's much easier to assemble Dragon Master plus Time Warp than Dragon Master plus Epiphany, because it fits perfectly with the 6 lands thing. So I like Time Warp here. It's a good pickup. Okie doke. So this copies things that have mana value 2 or less. Okay. And there's Spectral Sailor as another cheap card that can get me some advantages, similar to the Dragon Master Outcast in some ways. Kazul's Fury does some things, but I might not have a lot of stuff that works with that. Seagate Stormcaller is good, but it's hard to enable, I've found. It's way less flexible than something like Spectral Sailor, which is really good in the controlling matchups. Gives you something to spend mana on. Evasion. Oh, good point. Godspace on the Epiphany. I do like the Stormcaller, but not currently when I have no targets for it. And it's also just hard. It forces you to make awkward picks later sometimes. Kidoke. Dromoka's Command is a really good card, but nowhere near where I am. I'm currently red-blue, but I could splash white, I guess. I could play Jeskai. So I'm going to take Glacial Fortress over Perilous Mirror. Just because having access to white mana could be nice. And I like the flexibility of the mana. Dauntless Bodyguard's a good combo with Lurrus, but I'm kind of far from the Lurrus plan at this point. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to shift back that direction. Okay, Folio Fancies can be really good in the right matchup. Like, it's an all-star sideboard card for certain matchups where sometimes it's just impossible to beat it. I do like Merfolk Looter, but it's not as powerful in Cube, where you have a lot of good cards, so you're not like looting to something that's objectively more powerful. It's just good card selection. And if I don't have a lot of creatures, then it just dies easily. I do like Neutralize as well, but I'm going to take Folio Fancies because it's such an A+ sideboard card. Because this is best of 3, so I am going to be playing post-sideboard games. Okay, so Glorious Protector. If I am planning on splashing white, I could also try to splash or go green, Balagad Recovery, but I think I'd rather go white. I have a land that helps me do that a little bit. This can help me play at instant speed. I kind of have good stuff for that right now. And we even get a land. I pretty much take lands over everything. The Archfiend's Vessel did wheel. Brawls is fine, but not really what we're looking for. Land is perfect. Silent Departure. Nice card. There's also Prophetic Prism. I'm just going to take that. If I am playing 3 colors, having access to this is quite nice. Departure is fine as well. Okay, I'll take Bubble Snare over the Maul. Yeah, Lurrus was pack 1, pick 1, but we kind of abandoned that plan so far. I'm going to take... not a huge fan of the Bastion. I'll pass 2 green cards, though, because we're not playing green, so we'll send that signal. Wow, we got the Seagate Stormcaller back. That could be really good. Has potential, at least. Okay, last pick, Dauntless Bodyguard. What does that tell us? Huh. So, currently we did not see a ton of red, so we might just be playing blue-white. We're probably not playing this Lurrus, at least not in the main deck. Blue-white could be open. We only saw this Mizzix Mastery and this Dragon Master Outcast, so maybe we just splash red and commit to blue-white. I have to say that Starnheim Unleashed is a heck of a card. So I think I'm going to take that. The Thassa does work with Thraben Inspector. Does it blink any non-land permanent? Target creature. So it works with Thraben Inspector. Kind of Seagate Stormcaller. But I do like the pathway. But I'm just going to take Starnheim Unleashed because this card is very good. Foretell it, and then you just get like an incredible threat on turn 5, 2/4/4s, or on turn 7 you wait, and you get even more stuff. Hopefully this Hengate pathway wheels. Currently not playing the Mizzix or the Dragon Master Outcast. I guess I'm probably not playing Prophetic Prism if I'm not splashing those cards. Well, now we get a Shark Typhoon, the perfect card for our deck. Nice little instant speed threat. I really like Shark Typhoon. There is a Lightning Helix, but currently it's not looking like we have the mana to play red, though Lightning Helix is very good with Seagate Stormcaller. There's also a Ketria Triome, which can help us splash red. It's a blue-red land. I do like Direfleet Daredevil, but I'm just going to take the Shark Typhoon. I really like this card. My deck is shaping up to be a nice control deck. Kadoke. Huh. Now there's Pact of Negation. I'm going to take it. It's very powerful to have a free counterspell when people don't expect it. Gives me the flexibility to do something like tap out for a massive Starnheim Unleashed and have counterspell backup. Yeah. So I think white is going to be open because we got past the last pick Dauntless Bodyguard, which shouldn't happen. And blue has seemed open. We got a very late Seagate Stormcaller, and we getting past a lot of stuff, so I'm liking the direction we're in right now. And we could even just main deck the Folio if we really need a win con. Okay, so now there is 2 picks I see here. I'm not really going to take Mikaeus. It doesn't really work with my deck. I'm very creature light. I'm not really a ramp deck, so I don't want the Hedron Archive. Thassa's Intervention is solid as like a flexible card. And then there's Warrant Warden, which I do think I like better. Because I like the 2-mana aspect. 2-mana interaction is really nice. It's sometimes hard to get cheap interaction in blue-white because you don't have access to like Path to Exile and stuff. And it gives you a flyer later. And I also shamelessly will say that I did watch a Seth Manfield stream where he was drafting a like blue-black control deck and he didn't give Thassa's Intervention even the briefest consideration. So that is definitely having an impact on my psyche because he's really good. And I'm like, if he doesn't like the card. But yeah, I just like having cheap interaction in this sort of deck. It's easier to get like counter spells or things like that. I love me an Electrolyze, but it's not looking like we're going that direction right now. I will take Searcher's Canto, though. If we look at our creature count, we have 6 non-creatures, 2 instants, 3 sorceries. Gives you a nice card selection, gives you something to do early in the game. And if we do find some Planeswalkers, which we really do want, that'll be helpful. Also wouldn't mind Temple of Deceit. Not looking like we're splashing black, but we still could. Probably just going to stick to blue-white, though. We have good mana, and we'll have good card quality. We won't want too many Control Breaker slow cards. Oh my gosh. Oh, goodness. Well, I like Cloud Blazer. I also think Castle Ventress is like a solid addition, but I think I'd rather have Cloud Blazer. I find myself in cube matches not activating this as much because you don't run out of as much stuff to do. And I already have 2 lands, and I have a Searcher's Canto, which will help, and a Spectral Sailor. So I think I'll have stuff to spend my mana on, hopefully. Golos doesn't really do as much for my deck, and then I don't really want the Ruin Crab, though. Ruin Crab definitely has potential in this sort of controlling deck. Cloud Blazer is just a really good top-end card. Now I'll take Swift Response, if not for the main deck, then for the sideboard. Again, I'm going to be playing at instant speed, which is really nice. Ooh. Oh. Okay, I don't have any damage, so this card's not really for me. I was mostly looking at the Alrund when I said ooh. Cleric could be a good sideboard card. I don't like body double. I don't really want the Caravan. I'm going to take the Alrund. It feels like it gives me a lot of flexibility. The 2-mana part could give me good defenses. The blue-white land Wield. I like to see it. Silumgar's Command is pretty good, but I'm not looking to really splash right now. Thassa works really well with Cloud Blazer, and with... that's it. So, and with Thraben Inspector. I'm just going to take the good mana, keep my deck consistent so I don't have to have mana issues. Okay, so now there's a Sphinx and there's a Boon of the Wishgiver. I think I'm going to take Boon, actually. It's just a nice card to have access to. The Triome, it doesn't look like I'm splashing red. All I have is Mastery, which I don't want to splash because it would be too difficult to get triple red in. And I already have some late game stuff, so I'm just going to take Boon. Gives me a Cycler to help me fuel my search, or just gives me a late game top deck to just put things away. I'll take Golden Egg over Dive Down. Maybe I'll want it. And that's the Intervention Wield. That worked out. Maybe other people don't think it's good either. Now I can take Temple of Deceit, because it's a pretty free time to get mana. It doesn't look like I'm going to be splashing red. But now if I get like this Scarab God, I have outs. And Castle Vantress Wield. Perfect. Looks like our deck is open. And we've still been taking all of the mana that we see. Wow, what a pickup. I know a lot of people like Teferi's Tutelage, like Mill and stuff like that. Torrential Gearhulk is very appealing to me. I'm sure I have some instance that it can go get. What instance do I have for it? Swift Response. Pact, I guess it can get. I guess I don't have that many instances for it to go get. I don't really love the Tutelage plan, though. I don't like taking turn 3 off in these decks. I guess multiple choice is also an option. Hard to say no to Torrential Gearhulk, but it doesn't really work well with my cards that I have right now. I hope that I can get some stuff it works with, though. I do like multiple choice as well. Thank you so much, Darkslane, for the subscription. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the support. Hi, Guil. So there's vetted pools if I wanted to splash black for something. There is Giant Killer, which is a removal spell. I like Charming Prince because it can just gain me some life. Or I can like flicker something like a Cloud Blazer potentially, or maybe a Thraben Inspector. It just gives me some optionality. And it's just, or I could just scry or gain some life. It's a cheap creature. I do like Champion of Wits too, but it's felt like I'm not going to run out of stuff to do in the late game, I don't think. And I like the Prince with some of my other cards. Ephemerate. Or Supreme Will. I like Supreme Will here, I think. Ephemerate. Exile a creature so I can save my stuff and get ETB value. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be... I don't have that many stuff. I really just need an instant card that I can use my Gearhulk with and stuff. Oh, gosh. Well, this pack has everything I've ever wanted. Disallow, and Saw It Coming, and Censor. What's my curve looking like? Looks like this isn't a 2-drop, there's like a 3-drop. Censor is really good. Scholar isn't as good. I already have a Torrential Gearhulk, which does it better. Censor or Saw It Coming or Disallow. I'm going to take Censor. Because I want cheap interaction rather than expensive interaction. Being 1 mana less. When I already have a couple of 3 mana kind of counter stuff. Spells is, I think, better. I don't have that many creatures, and I might cut some of them. I don't have any Wraths, which is maybe a factor as well for wanting more spot removal. Thirst for Meaning. I'm just going to take Terramander, maybe. I don't have any enchantments to discard, really. Maybe I'll just take Chart a Course for some card draw. I think I like that better. I'll be able to attack some of the time, or just loot through things. I certainly don't want Thalia. Don't really want Inscription either, though. I don't think that card's particularly great. I guess I'll take it, though. Maybe I want to side it in for some matchup. Well, this card seems bonkers. Nice little removal spell. Angel of Sanctions is also a house. I'm just going to take Sky Sovereign. I can't even use Sky Sovereign that well, and it's still good. Okay, well, I see the Steam Vents now, but it's not. I'm not looking to splash red at this point. And multiple choice wield. I like that. Good catch-up mechanic. Okay, how many lands do I have? Fetid Pools. I have 4 lands. Ooh, Disallow came back. I like that. I don't need the Scholar. I already have enough win cons. Another counterspell is nice. And the Pteramander came back. I like that. I could have splashed black so easily if I had a card that I wanted. Probably not going to main deck that. I'm going to restart the arena after this because it is laggy, I will say. So Time Warp ended up being maybe not the greatest. I'm certainly not playing Seagate Stormcaller because I don't have any combos with that, really. I guess I have Charter Course, Swift Response, but yeah, that's not really enough. I don't want to run 17 lands here. I do have ways to mitigate Flood and mitigate Screw with my couple of Cyclers and stuff. So after I finish the build, I'll restart. I think I'm going to save Folio for the sideboard, but it is a good sideboard card. Pteramander is also probably going to be a sideboard card because I'm not like turboing it out. I guess I am maybe turboing it out. I have 8 and 6. It is a massive flyer. Is Time Warp good for me? It does give me an extra mana drop. This is a 5-drop. Haka is probably the side I play of this more often. Yeah, Glorious Protector is definitely a card that I don't really need. Having an instant speed threat is nice, but probably better as a sideboard tool, you're right. I also don't love Swift Response, but I probably need to just in case I get matched up against aggro, though I guess I have Warrant for that role. The question is, do I want to tune my deck for aggro matchups? No, it does not, Classic. For aggro matchups or for control matchups. Because if I wanted to beat control, I would have Folio of Fancies in, probably this Glorious Protector in, and probably Pteramander in, because they're just all cheap threats. But as it is, I've got more anti-aggro cards. Because this is probably going to be cast as 2-drop a lot of the time. Charming Prince is not the greatest. Works with Thraben Inspector and Cloud Blazer. I'm going to cut the Charming Prince. I don't really want that. I think I can make my deck better than that. You're better than the Charming Prince. I could main deck Luris. It can get back... not much. Never mind. I don't really want to main deck Luris. You're better than the Gap. Sorry. This is 7, 14, 15, 16, 17. Gives me 6, 7, 8, 9 white sources. 8, 9, 10, 11 blue sources. Is that right? What's the color looking like? Yeah, that makes sense. I'm not that heavy white. I could definitely see Blues playing Pteramander as a last card. Yeah, I think I'm going to try it like this. I like the build. It seems strong to me. Has a lot of good interaction and a lot of instant speed shenanigans. And we'll see how it performs. I'll see you folks in the matches. Before I get to the matches, it's me, Nikolai, coming at you from the land of the white light, and I want to give a big thank you to all of the patrons who support my work at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and special thanks to those at the credits level: Eric S., Gapio, Stephen W., David G., Arpeggio, Anders H., Cindy W., Jimmy H., Green Drac, Brandon F., Enrique, Capo, and Moostastrophe. I am really appreciative of your support. It helps me continue making videos, and if you would like to join the Patreon, get access to some nice little perks, and support me and my work, I really do appreciate it, and you can find all the information you need at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. But without further ado, let's get ready to rumble! Welcome to round 1. We are going to keep this hand. Spectral Sailor into Charticors can help us find lands, of course. And the game is laggy. I'm playing in slow motion. White, red. Okay. That card is good against me. I do not know exactly what's causing the lag. Looks like it might be getting a little bit better. I did just restart Arena. So I can double block either of their creatures, which is pretty nice. And I can also just sacrifice this clue. After this game, I'm going to try to mess with some settings to make the game run more smoothly. So of course she can do first strike damage, but she doesn't have enough power to kill both. Big game. Getting the job done. Now we can cast Behold. Thank you so much, J. Rollo, for subscribing. I appreciate the support. Okay, that's going to be a little bit tougher to beat. Oh, you haven't been missing them, Charlie. I haven't streamed for like a month. We do want a land. We don't really need this card right now. That's good. I will take that. I'm going to foretell this. Next turn, I think I can make 2 4/4s, and that'll probably seal up the game. I will sack this clue. So I'm going to block the Hallowblade. Next turn, I could either play the Starnheim Unleashed. Okay. Well, that is bad. 2 4 8 11. So I will take a beating here. Okay, that could be good. No blocks. I take a large hit. Next turn, I play a land. And now I have a decision to make. I could make 2 4/4s. I could also play this and kill the Mentor, and then make 2 4/4s, attack with this, kill something else next turn. And I will go, and I'm dead if they have a removal spell in that case. I think this is the safest line. And I get to start attacking them for 8 a turn. And I still have this line available to me, where I could just zap their mentor or something. So now they're trying to figure out how they're going to beat 2/4/4s, it looks like. This is where you hope they don't have Glorybringer. Okay, Showdown of the Scalds. They should probably have waited to play their land drop. Oh, they're playing Settle the Wreckage. This costs 7, so they have 5 mana right now, so they aren't going to get to do that. And then what's this last card? Seal Away. Okay. So I'm definitely attacking them for 8. And then probably playing... So I'm going to have 6 mana. Huh. The fact that they didn't hit anything off of this is really nice. If they don't get access to anything special... So I can play the Sky Sovereign and have a 6/5 blocker. I think I have to play Sky Sovereign to give myself a blocker. And also kill the Mentor of the Meek. Actually, I'm going to cycle this boon first. Because maybe I hit something that changes my mind. Okay, I did not. Okay. So I'm either going to go after the Hallowblade or the Mentor. I think I want to get power off the board, so I'm going to take out the Mentor. And they can use this as a combat trick. Oh no, creature an opponent controls, so they can't use that. Oh, they're just using it as a combat trick. But they're casting it now. Okay. And now they're going to attack me. Oh, they are. Okay. So I'm definitely crewing, because now I can eat one of their guys. And now all I have to do is survive and they're dead on board. Or maybe not quite dead on board. Kill the elephant. Block the 2/2. Chump 4. They already played their land this turn. I'm sorry that the game is so laggy, but I mean, it's the same settings I normally use, so I don't know what's causing it. So I guess the Starnheim Unleashed play turned out to be the best. Got the job done. Wow. So now we're sideboarding between games. After I get the sideboarding all squared away, I'm going to try to restart some things. So this is definitely not a control matchup, so not a matchup where I'm going to want Folio. Golden Egg may gain me some life sometimes, but it's still not really what I want. Looks like early creatures are going to be good. Charming Prince definitely looks like it could be nice. Inscription of Insight could buy me a lot of time, returning a couple creatures. Definitely not the matchup for Search for Azcanta. Maybe I just make that one change. Probably not a Boon of the Wishgiver matchup either. Probably rather have a flash creature. Or just a 1-drop. Or I could play Seagate Stormcaller because it's a creature that I can then use Swift Response with, but that seems too narrow. I'd rather just have a 1-drop that I can slot into my turns easier. And then maybe instead of one of my random counter spells like Thassa's Intervention, I add in the Glorious Protector. I like that, I think. Let's run it like this. Okie doke. I'm back. I tried to fix some settings. Have to mulligan that hand, and we'll keep this. It's slow, but doable, and we don't want Pact. Well, I was looking for a setting in OBS that no longer seems to be there that I thought might help. I'll look more into it after this round. Hallowblade is an issue. Definitely an issue. It is definitely irritating, but it does make me focus on my plays more. And I am looking forward to Game 3 where I'll be on the play. So it should be nice. I can disallow their play this turn, then Shark Typhoon to trade with Mentor of the Meek. I will have just enough time to survive this seasoned Hallowblade, it would seem. We're playing in slow motion. Is there anything I can do in Arena to make this better? Graphics. Resolution. What the heck are these? Oh, it makes it more blurry and doesn't help with the lag at all. Well, that won't do. Okay, protection from blue. Sure. This lag is painful. And don't worry, I can still play this thanks to Foretell and its power. I don't think anti-aliasing changes helped. Maybe it did. That's what I was afraid of. I could have held up the Torrential Gearhulk, but I didn't know if they'd cast something into my 6 open mana. Resolves, friend. Actually, I wasn't even thinking about Showdown, really. I just didn't want them to go straight to combat. And then me get no value from Torrential. Oh gosh, they have Elish Norn? What the heck? So I'm definitely casting this next turn. To counter probably Basriket. I don't even know what anti-aliasing does, really. So I can go block, get my guy back, or I can just Torrential. I'm just going to hold up Torrential now. Ooh, that'll be good if they attack me with that ever. Gotta get the pressure on them. Perfect. I'm only going to exile that because I want to have a backup blocker in case they go for some like big alpha strike. I guess the anti-aliasing they did make a big difference. Someone in the comments can tell me what anti-aliasing does. Or someone in Twitch chat. This warrant is going to be so good. I'm definitely glad I kept this guy around. Wow, okay. I'm fine trading because it means I get back my other guy. And I believe I might even be able to cast the ward in half of this. I can. Let's go. I was pretty sure that was how that worked. Oh, well, that's just going to be game over when that resolves. Just going to play Haka in case they have a haste flyer or something that I can't expect. Whew. And after this game, I will resolve the issues with the lag. It wasn't happening during the draft portion. It's just the match. Ooh, some life gain is nice. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can cast this for x equals 3. I might be leaving myself dead to Banefire or something silly like that when I don't have to. 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I tried to say good game. I tried to say good game. No! Arena! I'm not rude, I swear! Well, we got the win in that round. I'll see you folks next one. Welcome to round 2. I have tried to fix the settings so there wouldn't be lag. And it did not fix it. We'll keep this though. If I go to low, it's going to be real bad. Doorplays is saying I should turn off ambient occlusion. So I've got my turns lined up now. Turn 2, Haka. Turn 3, Disallow. Turn 4, Swift Response and Foretell. Turn 5, make 2 4/4s. Looks like another aggro matchup. Sure. So this seems to have made it a little bit nicer. I've lowered the quality as low as possible. I guess I can play Search for Scantic because I don't have a creature to kill. Sure. I'll keep that. It can deal with Season for a long time. Especially if they put counters on it. I will say Starnheim has been an absolute beater. If 2 or more are attacking, okay. So I'm just gonna... And I only want to attack with 1. Sure. And I do have this castle, so this thing is less relevant if it flips now. I can swift response it. Do not need lands. Yep. That's a good card. I'm not going to cast it. Do not need to. And now this thing will flip if I put a card in the graveyard. So now I attack them for 4. I don't want them to draw a card, and the next turn I'll have a big enough board that I can attack them with everything and kill them. Because I'll have a shark. Yeah, I don't care about that at all. This lag is killer, but I think we're going to win. Maybe I'm winning because of it. It's definitely making me focus. This has lifelink, so they think they can attack with it now, but they're just dead, so it doesn't matter. One, two, three. I'm just going to QQ. Got the win. Okay, so similar sideboarding as before. Another aggressive matchup. We'll bring in this guy. I don't think I brought in the Charming Prince last time, so I'm not going to do that again. And then I'm going to cut Boone. Search. Thassa's Intervention. I think I brought in this card last time, but I think I'd rather have Charming Prince. See you later, door plays. Whew. So basically, we have a very good deck for either control or aggro, but we kind of have to toe the line in game 1. This is the settings that I have, and I was just recommended to turn off ambient occlusion. So we'll see how that does. We will keep this. Bubble Snare can do good work. Starnheim, we've seen how good that can be. Yeah, Shadow Spear is not really what their deck needs in this matchup, I don't think. Wow, is that really all I needed to do? Get rid of ambient occlusion? No, not quite. Time Warp, we'll have to see how good that is. I'm just going to keep being mana efficient here. I'm going to Bubble Snare and foretell this card, I think. I know I could technically try to ambush, but then they can sacrifice the 2 treasures to get this thing back. So I don't want to risk it. To, like, trade with my guy. And I do want to find a time to foretell that, so that's what I'm going to do. Then I'll have a lot of flyers, and I'll be able to take an extra turn when I have a bunch of flyers in play and just kill them out of nowhere. We'll see what they end up deciding to do here. Sure. So at least I get to eat that guy. Packed, eh? Okay. So they can activate Captivating Crew. But I'm okay with that. Because now I get to hit them for a lot. Man, this Shadow Spear that I mocked is actually doing work. This is actually a huge draw. Because now I can crew it if they try to steal one of my guys. So now he only steals a tapped guy. I'm so glad you have found that lesson, Shark Ritual. That's a really good one. Oh, it untaps, right? But I do get to crew. I still get the guy. And I have Pact for backup. I think I've got this one locked up. I guess this guy untaps it, so it didn't matter. If you're wondering why I killed the dog instead of the aspirant, it's because it's always better to give your opponent less options. So like if for some reason they'd rather have the dog, they get to keep the dog. Otherwise, yep. Okay, we got this now. And I have a counterspell for their one card in hand if they do have something. Boom, we got the match win. Whew, so far undefeated. We'll see you in the final round. Welcome to the final round. We win the die roll. Gonna mess with the graphics again. Okay. We'll keep this. This makes the cards really hard to read. We can use this as the scry and draw mode to hit a land if we really need to. Oh man. Yeah, we can't I can't stream with this type of fuzziness. It makes it too hard for people to follow what's going on, I think. Also, it hurts my eyes slightly, but Search for His Kanta should be good in this matchup. Even with this, there's like lag. It's like... Graveyard for sure. Beautiful. That's what we needed to see. I can... Looking for a land. There we go. And I still have my counterspell up. I'm going to let this resolve. Then I'm going to dumpster him with my multiple choice next turn. Oh no, I don't have swift response up. That's funny. I'm so glad I am Milk Steak. Sure. I don't think I need card draw. Just draw 2 cards and flip my search. And if they do go for like some play here, I can cast Starnheim Unleashed. I like it. Those are good cards. Library. Transform. Yeah, that's not great for me, but such is life. I could have gone for a Azcanta activation there, but I'm going to try to make them do stuff on their turn. Three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Disallow? Hmm. I don't need to draw cards, so I have 3, 6, 8 mana. I would like to hit my land drop, though. Oh, that's really good. And I have a counterspell now. Wow, that makes things really different here. Punished. Very punished. If I'd gone for Starnheim Unleashed, I could be setting up for the win now. I'm going to cycle it. Because I do want to hit land drops still. There we go. Or I hope he taps out for some stuff, because then I just win. As long as he doesn't kill my shark. Okay, that might make it tough. Now we're just trading haymakers, I guess. Non-angels gain indestructible. Oh. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I can make 2 4/4s and take an extra turn. If I do that, I attack in, they trade one guy. Okay. Dang it. So their deck is very similar to mine. Thank you so much, Icy Firestorm Phoenix, for the subscription. I really appreciate that. Okay, so they'll eat one of those. Double block, take 8. I need them to not have a counterspell here. One, two, one, two, two. Hmm. Four, so they block 3 of them. Oh, gosh. This has been a crazy game. I think I'm going to lose. They have a Tezzeret, too. They have Planeswalkers that I have to counter, pretty much. Sure. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's not good for me. Oh, that is not good. Oh, their deck is going to be good against my sideboard plan. I'm still going to go for the sideboard plan, of course, though. Sideboarded my control elements. Sideboard out my anti-aggro measures. Not that there are many of them. Hmm. Wow, that was a tough matchup. They have they had like slightly more counter spells. I needed to draw my counter spells, I think. But I could have definitely played things differently to maybe win. It's funny because in a control matchup, I'm actually fine keeping this hand. Thanks, Hazmat, for the raid. We have a cycling card. We have plenty of mana. You just want to hit land drops in this sort of matchup. I will cycle this, though. Like that one turn, if I had gotten better value out of my Pact and Negation, I would have won, I think. Like, I needed to be aggressive and play a 5-mana spell that actually made an impact on the game. That was the key turn. Sure. What do I want to pick? I could pick land if I really wanted to hit stuff. I could pick instant. Nice. Hit something good. I missed a point of damage. That was not great. Nice. Behold the multiverse. So I missed a point of damage. Not great. Uh-oh. I'm gonna name land this time. Actually, I'm gonna keep naming instant. It's going well, Hazmat. Yeah. Yes, we keep hitting stuff. A lot of instants in the deck. So now I have to go for a big spell. We win by bubble snaring their guy.
This is all just an illusion. How you play the hand you're dealt.
Hope for no swift response, as they say. Yes. See that? Kept the 7-lander. Won the game. Pretty funny. Okay. What actually is our composition of cards? I'm curious. Because we hit instant every time. We have 7 instants, 7 sorceries, 2 artifacts, 3 enchantments, and 6 creatures. So instant was a fine card to type to name. I don't think multiple choice is actually good in this matchup. Because it's a big sorcery speed card. I'd rather play Glorious Protector. Seems like a very instant speed centric matchup. This card's also a sorcery, but I think that's a more impactful late game card than multiple choice if I get a chance to resolve something. I could also just play an 18th land, like play this Fetid Pools. On the draw, I'm just going to do that. Because I really don't want to have to mulligan. And it can cycle in the late game. And I have cards that actually matter, and then that card, a lot of my other cards don't. Keeping. I feel like I'm a slightly more aggro version than they are of blue. White. Impact of Negation is going to be huge. It'll help me resolve my Alrund again. That's a big draw. Sure. I'm fine trading these. Shark Typhoon's one of their scariest cards, so that works for me. I'm going to try to blank their mana this turn. They probably have a counterspell of some kind. Got the memory lapse now, which is good. So I've used 2 instants. So I have 5 instants left. I have 7 sorceries. Six creatures. 5 creatures left, actually. So sorcery is going to get me the most hits if I'm going for a spell. Okay. That's okay. I did cut a sorcery for a land. But I still have more. Nice. Time Warp is good. Wow, they kept... I can't believe they kept Swift Response in. That's actually wild to me. It just lines up too perfectly to do this. It looks like I'm going to get to draw 4 here. Big game. Huge turn for me. Okay, so now I've got all the tools I'll need to win the game, I think. Just I hope he doesn't resolve a Jace this turn or something. Oh, what's he got? Swift Response? Sure. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Four, five, six, 7, 8. I'll have 4 mana left, so not quite enough to do anything useful. He attacks with everything and doesn't have any instant speed interaction, which I haven't seen from him. I guess he could have Into the Royal. Yeah, Into the Royal beats me, but... Oh, yeah, is it? No, he doesn't. Did we get there? Oh, bummer. It's top deck o'clock time. So I can zap that thing. So I can warrant this, block there, take 1. This is such a close game. That doesn't do anything. Unless they top deck another card. Come on, they have to whiff. Wow, both of those would have been killer draws. Okay, so they have to chump with that thing. Oh my gosh, so I just have to get the bubble snare and I win. Which I can do. Yes! Woo! Oh my gosh. We got there. Let's go. Wow, what a game. What a game indeed. That bubble snare that we knew was there because of our Alrund. That was insane. Folio of Fancies wouldn't have even done it because his Jace would have beaten us. That was crazy. What a match. What an absolute thriller. So we faced two aggro decks and then we faced one control deck, and our Folio of Fancies game plan was actually garbage against the control deck because of the Oracle and the Jace. We almost won the first game too. Wow, that was crazy. What a match. That was definitely a very fun draft, and I'm glad that uh, you guys all got to see it and that I was recording for it. I know that there were some lag issues, but I think the games were still definitely playable, and I was certainly a fan of that one. Let's take one last look at the deck. Sideboarded games are definitely very fun because you kind of know what you're up against, so you can like plan accordingly. And we literally, because like, there's no way you can keep a 7-land hand in some situations, but in that one, it's like keeping a 7-land hand is totally reasonable. Oh my gosh, this Glorious Protector was probably just a card that should have been in the main deck because we sided it in for literally every matchup, which is generally the sign of a card that should be in the main deck. Oh my gosh, what a matchup. Oh my gosh, this Boon of the Wishgiver that we sided out all the time ended up clutching it for us in that last round, even though it was super close. Wow. Allrund and Starnheim Unleashed. Starnheim Unleashed was incredible against aggro, and then, yeah, all these cards did great. I think we got to cast every card at least once, and they all performed. I was very happy with them. I think the deck was great, very fun, and maybe we could have even just main deck this Fetid Pools, but I think it was just better decided in for the control matchups. Anyway, that's going to do it for this draft video. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, remember to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel for more videos, and leave a comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. And if you do enjoy the videos that I make and you want to support my work, be sure to check out the Patreon at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. It's essentially a monthly pledge service, so that lets you support the creators whose content you enjoy. So for as little as $1 a month, you're helping me continue to make videos, and then you can support for more than $1 a month and get access to some cool rewards. Like if you want to be put in the credits or things of that nature, then the Patreon is for you. You get access to card grade lists, like tier lists and stuff that I make. So the Patreon is a great way to help me continue making these videos, and I really appreciate everyone who is currently a patron and everyone who decides to become a patron in the future. Also, if you made it to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag #BlueWhiteTooStrong to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, or hashtag beating the lag, because we did definitely beat the lag by getting this 3-0. We showed MTG Arena who is boss. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to check out the Twitch stream, it's at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas, and you can join the NicolaiBolas Discord server or check out my articles. Those are both linked, as well as the link to the Twitch stream in the description of this video down below. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. It was a lot of fun. I hadn't streamed for a while, but seeing everybody in the chat and all that stuff was a lot of fun. I also will say Time Warp was great in this deck, but yeah, really a lot of fun with this draft. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time.